Hey guys, it's BuilderDude35, and this week's tutorial is about how to program the EV3 Color sensor. So here we have the EV3 programming block for the color sensor, and we'll take a look at the different modes that it has. As with any sensor, it has measure, compare, and calibrate, and within each of these it has color, reflected light intensity, and ambient light intensity. These three right here are what the color sensor can measure. The first is color, which is fairly self-explanatory. What it does is it measures what color it's looking at, and each color is assigned a number 1 through 7 because it can detect 7 different colors. And reflected light intensity, what it's doing is the color sensor emits its own light and then checks to see what percentage of that light is going to bounce back. And that's how it tells you how bright or dark whatever it's looking at is. And in ambient light intensity, it's pretty similar to reflected light intensity, except now the sensor doesn't emit any of its own light. It's instead looking for the light that's being directed at it. And you would use ambient light intensity if you were trying to measure the brightness of a light source. So anyway, we have these three operating modes for both measure and compare. And what the difference is, and when you select measure, what it's going to do is it's going to take the sensor value, whatever that is, it's usually a numerical value for the color sensor, and it's going to come out as this data wire. And this is whatever the value is, whether it be the light intensity or the color that it's looking at is. And compare, it does things a little bit different. What you do is you set a value for it to compare to, like in this case, which color you want it to check for, and what you do is your compare result is a true or false, whether or not it meets that the parameters that you have set. And you could also do this for reflected light intensity. In this case, what we're going to do is we're going to select the inequality, whether we want it to be equal to, not equal to, or greater than or less than a selected percentage, in this case 50%. And this equal sign, this compare result, is going to be true or false, whether or not the current light value meets these requirements, in this case less than 50%. Finally, we have calibrate mode, which is only for reflected light intensity. There's minimum, in which you are going to set the minimum percentage value that you want the sensor to look at. There's maximum, and there's finally we have reset, which is going to set the calibration back to the factory default of the sensor. And these are all going to be used to calibrate the light sensor within a program. Thanks for watching my tutorial this week. If you found it helpful, be sure to subscribe for more tutorials like this every week. And if you have an idea for a tutorial, be sure to submit it in the comments section below. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.